guys? It is Will here from PSYCHONAUT Visions, signing back and once again coming at y'all with another video today. Now, today what I want to talk about is a little bit about intimacy and relationships, specifically the duality of humans, the dynamic of men and women, or really just relationships in general. And I think that for me personally, I've never been in a relationship. I've never really had a real connection with a woman outside of my own mother. And it's never been like an intimate thing. Like I've never had a female woman that I just loved, or that even I really was friends with, to be honest with you. Like maybe short stints of, you know, I crossed paths with them. But my biggest problem has always been like, I mean, this is mainly derivative of high school experience, but my biggest problem was always every time I would speak to a girl, whether or not she would show a sign of interest, even if I would speak to her like once or twice, I would instantly start having these outlandish thoughts like, what if she's, you know, the person I'm meant to be with? What if she's like my future wife? What if like we're meant to be? And that's always how it's been because I've had such limited experience with girls. I was always kind of more of a loner, but all my friends were guys. So I've never known how to speak to women. Not that there's a strict code to that, but in essence, it's just been difficult for me because I don't understand why I never really, I don't want to say got along with women, but just never had like even a halfway decent connection. And it's led on to my college life and even after that, to where that, to fill that void, you know, I've essentially used porn and gone different routes, which I would consider less than ideal, absolutely. But it's essentially what I've, like I said, used to fill that void, that like, that intimacy, that love, it's not there. I don't understand it. I've only gotten a brief glimpse into lust, and it's a beast that lurks within. That's lust, right? Like it's hard to control, hard to tame. It doesn't even feel like myself sometimes when I make decisions sexually, whether it's to, you know, watch porn or want to go hook up with somebody, some stranger. You know, it's like there's no love involved. It's just out of pure lust. And it's raining a little bit right now, but it should be good. Nonetheless, it's something that I've really had a hard time understanding, is intimacy and love and feeling a real compassion towards someone. And I want that for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna go chase it. I'm not gonna go out of my way to seek it, you know. I'm gonna kind of let it come to me. But with that being said, there's still thoughts of it. There's still feelings, desires of like having a woman in my life, having a beautiful you know, connection with someone with like feminine energy, you know, to balance that masculinity out. I think a big reason why I've had these problems like sexuality and sex life in general is because of that. Is because I've had a hard time getting to know like women. So it's gone like different routes where, you know, I've tried with like transgender women, and it's again, it's hard for me to really say that and speak that, but it's the truth, you know. But I think with sex especially, like there's no straight lines in the universe. So especially with, you know, our own sexuality, I don't think anyone's just 100% straight, 100% gay. Now that doesn't necessarily imply that we can't be more interested in one. I definitely think we are. But oftentimes we're curious beings, you know, and we just want love and some type of connection. So it's not as much a gender thing as it might seem. But then again, I would consider myself someone who would much rather be with a woman than anything. Like I want in the long run to have a connection, like true love with a beautiful woman, you know, in my life. I want to experience that at some point or another. But there have been questions and thoughts and curiosity in other aspects as well. Nonetheless, I think that's all lust, and the love I have, again, is more towards a woman because I haven't experienced that. That's why it goes to lust. It goes to other things, right? And that's ultimately what it comes down to, you know, is just being able to have a somewhat of a grasp and an idea of what these feelings are, like emotional intelligence, self-awareness, self-discipline, accountability. And that's kind of what I'm trying to take, is to really discipline myself sexually. I've gone on streaks of no-fap where I've kind of been abstinent from any type of sex for a while, you know, whether it's like a week, 2 weeks. I've gone like a month before. And it just, I think it really allows me to get a better understanding of more so that connection, I would say, because, you know, when you're watching porn, it tricks your brain so much to the point where you lose touch with what that even is, with what sex and love even is, you know, or what like foreplay is and things like that. You know what I mean? So it's a very complicated thing, and it's a really taboo subject. But with that being said, I don't think it should be something that we just shove off to the side. I mean, especially when we experience somewhat of a problem, somewhat of questioning and curiosity sexually, we should be able to voice it, you know, not necessarily abruptly, not necessarily so like openly in situations where it's not necessary, but it shouldn't be something that we shy away from, because we're just humans, we're primal, you know. It's okay to have that. Lust is still in our nature, even if it's not something we would like to cede to. It's still something that's in our nature, and it should be acknowledged every now and then, right? So it's okay. But as I continue to grow, I'm trying to get a better grasp of what intimacy is and love, and hoping that it ultimately leads me to a connection with the woman, you know, but regardless whether it does or doesn't. I'm okay. I like the loner's path. I like being alone and in solitude, and really learning a lot more about myself and my life, and just taking one step each and every day, continuing to grow, learn, and evolve, and just try and put myself out there like this through the form of writing, YouTube, speaking, anything, right? But yeah, I hope anyone watching took something from this video or has something to say. Even if you don't, I understand. So either way, I thank you for watching, for listening to what I have to say. It means the absolute world to me, and that's the only reason I really do it, to try and be a voice for anybody I can, to try and inspire anyone I can, and just, you know, basically speak my mind and tell my story and my perspective. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and Will from PSYCHONAUT Visions, signing out.